Shankaram Sivashankaram. In this video, we look at the Sthala Puranam of Tiruvattriyur Thyagarajeswarar temple, or it's also called Adipureeswarar or Padampakkanadar Koil, which is in Chennai. This was built by the Pallavas in the 7th century and expanded by the Cholas in the 11th century. So the Vimanam or the tower is 7-tiered, so it's quite a huge Vimanam. And there is a tank, huge tank called the Brahma Tirtham. And overall area covering the entire temple is about 1 acre. So this Vadivudai Amman, who is the Ambal in this temple, is also regarded as a Shakti Peetham amongst the 51 Shakti Peethams that are there. Now Rajendra Chola I expanded this temple and also the Tyagaraja temple in Tiruvarur, and that's why both have the same dance poses of Tyagaraja. In many respects, which you will learn shortly, these two temples are linked. That is the Tiruvattriyur Tyagaraja temple and the Tiruvarur temple. So there are many names for the Padampakkanadar or for the Sivan in this temple, and we'll explain more when we go into the legends. So just like Tiruvarur is also called Poonkoil, this is also called Poonkoil, which means white light. And this place is also known as Sivaloka. So some of the deities here, the main deity is Lord Shiva. So Shiva has 3 forms here. He is in the form of Agni, a lingam is there, and he is also in the form of an ant hill, so which is Padampakkanadar. So you will understand why he was called that in the legends. This temple is not one of the Sapta Vidangas, although it has got Tyagaraja here. Because during Rajendra Chola's time, there was a big Tyagaraja cult. And because these two temples are very linked by the same person who constructs them, that is why he comes and puts Tyagaraja here. Because Vidanga means a small emerald lingam, and there is no such lingam here in this temple. The emerald lingam is only in Tiruvarur. So next is the Adipureeswarar or Padampakkanadar. So Shiva is in the form of an ant hill, or they say he is in the form of earth. He's taken the form of earth, or a Pambu Putra as they say. That's why I said ant hill. And he's always covered with a kavacham. So kavacham is like an armor, but here the kavacham will be kind of rectangular in shape. So you can never actually see the Bana Linga. You can never see the lingam. And the lingam does not have an Avudayar. So that is the base, which is normally like this circular in structure. And only 3 days in the entire year, that is normally during Kritikai month, that is around December, and during Kritikai Paurnami, they will open that kavacham, they will open that armor, because they say that during those 3 days, Vasuki, that is the great snake, Brahma and Vishnu worship Lord Shiva. So that is why when they open that case, that rectangular chest, then they say that you can see the small idols of Brahma and Vishnu also there. That's why they call this Shiva, Brahma, Vishnu as the Tripada image, that is Tripadam. And there is a small sculpture in the temple depicting this Tripadam image. So there will be Lord Shiva, and then there will be Padams there will be Brahma and Vishnu linked to him through the shoulders, and there will be the Padangal. Then there is the third idol here in this shrine is Tiruvattriyur. So he is in the form of a lingam, so you can actually see him, and in the form of a lingam. So it's probably that people could not understand what this Padampakkanadar was, and because he was always closed, that's why they probably consecrated another lingam so that people could actually connect with a lingam, because they're always used to seeing a lingam or Shiva as a lingam. The main Ambal here is Ambal Vadivudai Amman, or she is also known as Tripura Sundari, and she is the form of Jnana Shakti. So you know in Lalita Sahasranam they say Ichha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti, Swarupini. So she is in that Jnana Shakti. Then another Ambal is there near the shrine of Padampakkanadar, and she is called Vattapparai Amman, and they say she is associated with Kannagi, and that's why they say in honor of Kannagi there is a 15-day festival that is celebrated here. Now there are three Dvajastambams, that flag posts that they called. So one in front of Padampakkanadar, one in front of Vadivudai Amman, and one in front of Vattapparai Amman. There are representations of the Panchabhuta Lingas and also a Sannidhi for it, and also there are 27 stars. So 27 stars have come here and worshipped, or the 27 constellations, as I say, the nakshatras. That's why there are 27 such lingas which are named after each nakshatra. And they are in the left outer pragaram, in the form of lingams, as I said. Then there are other lingas and other names to the lingas. So Sahasralinga, that is a linga within 1,000 lingas within one linga itself. So there are two sthala vrikshams here. One is the Attimaram, which is the fig tree, and one is the Magidamaram. So both are for spiritual growth. So in the fig tree, Siddhartha became Buddha only under the fig tree. So the fig tree in Sanskrit is also called Siddhartha. And fig is normally needed for spiritual growth. So Atti Varadar, Atti Vinayakar. So why do they make all these Vardars and Vinayakars out of the Attimaram, out of the fig tree? This is because of this. And the fig is also known to be the first tree in the Bible. So during the Genesis period. Now they always say it came from the celestial world. That's why it is called Plaksha. So Plaksha, is also a name for the Plaksha Dvipa. So something about the Magidam tree. Now Magidam in Sanskrit is called a Bakula or Bakula. It's called even Indian medlar or the Surabhi. Surabhi means fragrant in Sanskrit. It is also one of the trees which are used for any health reasons, and that is why it is also described in Ayurvedic scriptures, and it is again for skin and hair care. And it says that it is used for kalvi, that is for knowledge and intelligence. And ultimately, intelligence doesn't just stop there, it is also for spiritual growth or for jnanam. So that is why both these trees, the fig and the Magidam trees, are thought to be very sacred by both the Jains and the Buddhists. So there are two kinds of Agama pujas also that happen in Tiruvattriyur. And what do you mean by Agama? Agama means authoritative scriptures. So normally it came from Panini. So Panini was the person who introduced this Sanskrit grammar and all these Agamas. So there are normally 28 Agamas which are divided into two. So one is the Shiva Veda or the Advaita school of philosophy, and one is the Rishabha Veda, Rudra Veda, which is Vishishta Advaita. So out of that, the Shiva Veda. So what is there in the Shiva Veda Agamas? You have these two Agama pujas that are here. So Karana and Kamika, that come under the Shiva Veda. So that means this temple follows the Advaita school of philosophy. And because they follow that, here they say that there was supposed to be a Vedic school in the 9th century. So now let us go to some of the saints and their songs that they have sung here. So one is Tiruvattriyur Andadi, which was sung by Jnanasambadavaran in the praise of Vadivudai Amman. Then Adi Shankara is said to have come here and installed a Sri Chakram under Vattapparai Amman to calm her down. I have already told you about Panini. So he presented his explication or the Vyakarana or the grammar at this temple. So that is why this temple is very sacred. Then Kambar, who wrote Kamba Ramayanam, he came here, it seems, to learn Valmiki Ramayana from Pandit Sadhuranana. So at that time, see, this must have been a Sanskrit place, and also Tamil also must have been followed here. So that's why he must have come here to learn Valmiki Ramayana. Tyagarajar, so the Mumurtis, that is Tyagarajar, Muthuswami Dikshitar. So that Tyagarajar has come here and he has composed a lot of songs on Vadivudai Amman, and he calls it Tiruvattriyur Pancharatna. Muthuswami Dikshitar has come here and he has made a Kirtana on Adipuriswaram on Ottriyur. Then Arunagirinathar has sung 2 Tirupugals, Maraimalai Adigalar has sung, Ramalinga Swamigal, that is Ramalinga Vallalar, so he has come and worshipped the Vadivudai Amman. Pattinatthar has come here and worshipped because we'll come to the legends, but this is where his sugarcane became sweet and he has gone into Samadhi. So that's why there's another temple for Pattinatthar about a kilometer away from this temple. Pamban Swamigal, whose Samadhi is in Thiruvanmiyur, he has come here in the 1850s and sung several verses on Ottriyur. Then Tirunavakkar has sung one song, Vellattai Sadayil, in the last lines of certain stanzas. So, Ullattu Oliyum Magum Ottriyuru Udaya Kove. So, he says that light is inside us. So, he's always talking about that light. And he says that light is either inside us or you can find the light around in the temple. So, some others have also sung songs. So, obviously, Thirugnana Sambandar has sung one song, Vidayavan Vinnum Mannum. Then Sundarar has sung. Sundarar has sung Paatum Paade Parave Tirivar. So that is one song he has sung. He has also sung Alukkumei. So Alukkumei Kodun, that he sung when he lost his eyes and he was asking Shiva, I don't understand why I have lost my eyes. So what are some of the prayers you can come here and offer to Lord Shiva? They say you can get yourself rid of the fear of death here because so much power is there in this temple. People also come here to beget child, that is they come here for such boons, or they pray for getting a child. They pray for any marriage obstacles to be removed because Sangali Nachiyar and Sundarar were married here, so that is why. They come here for getting better at education or getting better at intelligence, getting more intelligence, and finally they come here for Jnanam or salvation. I've listed out so many saints here. All the saints have come here only because there's so much of knowledge here and so much of Jnanam here. So let us come to some of the legends. So legend 1, Pralaya and Ottriyur. So when the great deluge happened, that is Pralayam, so Lord Brahma and Vishnu did not know what to do. So they approached Lord Shiva and asked him, okay, about the creation, how to go about this whole procedure of creation. So what Shiva did to save the world, he converted himself into a huge fireball. So that fireball just sucked out all that water, because during Pralayam, basically what happens is all the water comes and fills the earth. So out of that fire, because of lot of heat, some of it just became a small globulate and became a lingam. So that is why they say he is in the form of Agni here. And you can say that Padampakkanadar is also a part of that Agni. Now, because he removed or he sucked out the water, it is also called Vatri Ponadu. So Vatri is to dry. So that is why it could be that this place was called Thiruvattriyur. Thiru is just a respect, a mark of respect to Lord Shiva. So Thiruvattriyur. Or Ottri Edithal. Ottri Edithal is to touch, is to keep like a sponge, to keep drying the water with a cloth. So it could even be, that is why it is called Ottriyur. So the place is also called Adipuri, because I say during the Pralaya, so this was the first kind of places that Lord Shiva appeared. So that's why it's called Adipuri. Adi means ancient. So let us go to the next legend, Vasuki, Shiva and Manikkanagam, or the energy of this temple. So as per another legend, so serpent Vasuki, so you know Vasuki was one of the snakes that was used during the churning of the galactical ocean. So he came here to worship Lord Shiva. Now he was in great penance. So one pleased by his penance, Lord Shiva appears. Now he appeared, now you know, because Vasuki was a snake, he wouldn't have just been sitting outside. So he would have been sitting in that anthill. So because Lord Shiva appeared from that anthill, he is known as Padampakkanadar. So Padam means the snake and Pakkam is basically the side. So because Padam is the snake, so Vasuki must have given him shelter, or he is housed inside that ant hill in the side. So that is why he is called Padampakkanadar. Vanmiganadar, Vanmigam in Sanskrit means ant hill. So that is why he is also called Vanmiganadar. And this bears a big resemblance to the Tiruvarur Vanmiganadar also. He is also called Vanmiganadar. Tiruvarur Sivan is also called Puttridam Kondar. Tiruvattriyur is also called Puttridam Kondar. Puttru Idam Kondar. That means he made the Putra, the ant hill, his place. Now coming to the energy of this temple. So Siddha Yogi Sivashankar Baba says that the energy of this temple is that of a Manikkanagam. Just as I have explained in the Tiruvarur temple, in the Tiruvarur Sthalapuranam, that there also there is a Manikkanagam. There are Manikkanagams only in 3 places in this world. So one is Tiruvattriyur, one is Tiruvarur, and one is Kadirgamam in Sri Lanka. So what is a Manikkanagam? They say that a Nagam or a snake that does not use its poison, that poison becomes like a Manikam, like a jewel in it. And it has got the power to absolve someone of all the sins. So this is what could have been the third complex form, that is this Padampakkanadar of Lord Shiva, which people could not understand, and that is why they built the other lingam, or they installed or they consecrated another lingam called the Ottriswarar just by the side. So the next legend, Brahma, Vishnu and the Vedas. So you know, Brahma created the Vedas, so that is why he is called the Veda Purusha. Now the Devas became very powerful because all the Devas know the Vedas that Brahma had created. So as a result of this, they had a lot of enemies, and the Asuras were always defeated. So the Asuras realized that the power of the Devas lay in those Vedas. So there were 2 Asuras called Madhu and Kaidava. So they stole these Vedas, they cut it into pieces or they destroyed it, and then they buried it somewhere in the deep sea. So the Devas now, obviously without the Vedas, they didn't know what to do. So Brahma also could not continue his creation. So they went to Mahavishnu. What he did is he prayed to Lord Shiva because he also did not know what to do. So he incarnated as a fish after praying to Lord Shiva here, and he went, he got the Vedas and he placed it before Padampakkanadar at Tiruvattriyur. So what did Brahma do, the Veda Purusha? He came, he took the Vedas, he consecrated himself also here. So Tirumal is also here, Brahma is also here, and he put all that knowledge in Padampakkanadar. So that is why you say that Padampakkanadar is a Tripada image. So of Brahma, Vishnu and Lord Shiva, or the Holy Trinity. Now Shiva is also called Brahmeshwar because I just now said that Brahma worshipped him, so that's why. Mahavishnu worshipped him, that's why he is also called Tirumaleshwara. So the power of the Vedas is so strong in this place, that is why it is believed that there used to be a college here of higher Vedic studies. As I said before, there was a college which was conducted here in this temple in the 9th century. And that is why there is so much of knowledge in this place, so much of jnanam in this place. And to add to that, you have 2 trees that give you that knowledge, the Athimaram and the Magilamaram. So let us go to the next legend, Ambal and the other celestials who have worshipped here. So first talking about the other celestials. So Indra is worshipped, Nandi, Chandran, Adisesha. Then I've told you about the 27 nakshatras. So they have come here and worshipped, and that's why there are 27 lingas. The 5 celestial trees. So they say the 5 trees are what? Parijatam, that is your jasmine, hyacinth, magnolia, honeysuckle, so Karpagamaram, Parijatamaram, Harisandaram, Sandanam and Mandaram. So Mandaram is one red flowered tree. So Ambal worshipped his form here, hence she is called, and she in the form of Vadivudai Amman. So Vadivudai, as I have said before, is one of the Shakti Pitams. So basically the legend has it that a sculptor was actually going towards Tirumangiswarar, so in Melur. He had a big rock with him because he was supposed to create Ambal or maybe create the lingam out of it. Suddenly that rock split into three. So he thought, oh no, it is an evil omen. Now I don't know what to do. And at that point in time, he got a vision of Ambal or of Shakti. So Ambal told him, okay, you create three sculptures now out of this rock. So one will be the Kriya Shakti, one will be the Ichha Shakti, and the Jnana Shakti. So as I said before, the Ichha Shakti, the energy of the will or the willpower. So she is sitting in Melur. Then Kriya Shakti, as I said, which is nothing but your Shakti or your energy of action. So one who does the action. So she is sitting in Tirumullai Vayil, Masilamanishwarar temple. And Jnana Shakti or the energy of knowledge, the one to give you knowledge, as Vadivudai Amman here. So for any and for all success, you need all these three forms of Shakti, because they are hand in glove with each other. They never work on their own. So say I had this will, okay, to do this meaning for you in this video, or talk about a Sthala Purana. So that is my will to tell you, or that is the Ichha Shakti. The Kriya Shakti is to put it into action. So basically creating this video. And Jnana Shakti is to do research and to gain knowledge, or to just gain inner knowledge, or to be connected with the cosmic and to get that knowledge about this temple and then share it with you. So let us go to the next legend, King Mandata and his order. So King Mandata wanted to die soon, but he was never dying, and that is because he was doing too many charitable deeds or good deeds or charitable donations. So his advisors told him, okay, now you do some sin. If you do some sin, maybe you will die. So he wrote an order saying that, okay, from now on there will be heavy taxes levied on this city. But what happened is, he had written that and kept it inside. Now when he took it out, okay, to read, or maybe when his minister took it out to read, it was written, Ivvanai, Iv Aanai Ottriyur Ningalaga Kolga. That means there will be a tax exemption. Iv Aanai, this order, Ottriyur Ningalaga Kolga. That means there will not be Ottri. So there will not be in this place. Ottri means the tax. There will not be tax, or it will be removed, it will be exempted. Ningalaga Kolga, it will be removed. And he didn't understand what had happened, how did this come? So he thought, okay, Lord Shiva himself has said this. So now because he used the term Ottri Oor Ningalaga Kolga, this probably this township, at that time it didn't have a name, and it was then called Ottri Oor. So there is one belief that this city was called Ottriyur, Tiruvottriyur, maybe after this incident. And that is why the Lord Shiva is also called Ezhudariyum Peruman. That means he knows how to write. Ezhudariyum, he knows how to write. Next is a very famous legend, Pattinatthar and Tiruvottriyur. So for those who do not know Pattinatthar, so Pattinatthar was actually a very rich merchant. And suddenly one day, so his son is none other than Lord Shiva. His son gives him that realization. He says a few words, and this Pattinatthar suddenly goes, he becomes a mendicant, that is, he becomes a beggar, and he goes in search of Lord Shiva. So he leaves his family and goes around. So at one point in time, he's got a Sishya called Badragiri, and both are sitting. So he and a Sishya are sitting in different corners of Tiruvadai Marathur temple. There is an incident that happens there. Badragiri goes and merges into Lord Shiva, and Badragiri used to regard Pattinatthar as his greatest guru. So then Pattinatthar comes running to Lord Shiva. What is this? You have given salvation to Badragiri, but you have not given me any salvation. How is that possible? So Lord Shiva then tells him, or an Asiriri, that is a voice without a body, says at that koil, that temple, that let the world understand that those who believe in the people who believe me will get salvation first. So that is why Badragiri got salvation first. And then so Lord, the Marathur Mahalingam, Tiruvadai Marathur Mahalingam gives him a sugar cane. So he says, you take this, time is yet to come for you to go into samadhi or for you to get salvation. So you take this around at the point where this ikshu or this sugar cane becomes a sweet, that is when you will get salvation. So he goes, he wanders around, ultimately he comes to Tiruvattriyur. He sings many songs, not only on Tiruvattriyur, whenever he goes around he sings many songs on Lord Shiva, and he tastes the sugar cane at every temple, and here this is where he found it very sweet, so he knew that the time had come for samadhi. So he plays a game with the boys there who are around, who are near the beach. So what does he tell them? He says, okay, I will bury myself and you close me with the with some lid or with whatever you have there, because they were playing with that particular boat or something. So he says, I will go, I will bury myself, you cover me with the boat, and then we will play like that, they kind of hide and seek. So whenever they bury him, he will come from the other side. So this happens 2 times. The third time when they bury and they cover him with the boat, he doesn't come at all. They also try to figure out, and they see that a lingam has formed wherever he was buried. So that is where Pattinathar's samadhi is, and that temple, as I said, is about 1 kilometer from this Tiruvattriyur temple on the shores of the. So let us go to the next legend, Ramalinga Adigalar or Ramalinga Vallalar. So Vallalar, as you know, just a small description about him. He was a saint in the 19th century, and he used to always practice Arutparinjodi, Arutparinjodi, Taniparin Karunai, Arutparinjodi, which is basically the light only is the Lord Shiva, the great light. He is only the person who you need to worship. So Jodi, 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 Suyam, Jodi, 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 Param. So the light is within you, the light is there. So just try and merge with the light. So he used to always come here and worship Vadivudayaman. So when he was here on one day, an elderly lady came and a devotee. She told that she could not understand one of the verses of Pattinathar. And what did that say? Like not only one verse, just a line. He said, in that Pattinathar said, the sand particles in Tiruvattriyur are none other than sacred ash. So what Vallalar does is he takes a handful of sand, gives it to the devotee and asks her to close her hands for a moment and then to open it. And when she opens it, that small particles of sand, each particle forms a Shivalingam. And he also explains and demonstrates that how that particle has become a Shivalingam, how all those particles have become Shivalingam. So let us go to the next legend. So one of the main legends here, Sundaramurti Nayanar, Sangli Nachiyar and Lord Shiva. So Sundaramurti Nayanar was already married to Parvai Nachiyar in Tiruvarur, and then he comes here, he somehow reaches Tiruvattriyur. He falls in love with Sangli Nachiyar and he wants to marry her. He tells her also. Now she says, you have to marry me, you can marry me, no problem. She knows about Parvai Nachiyar, but she says you need to vow, make a vow in front of Shiva that you will not leave this place, you will not leave the border of Tiruvattriyur and go. So he says, he tells Lord Shiva, you go from being in the Padampakkanadar, you go and go reside under the Magilam tree. I will make the vow with Sangli Nachiyar in front of you in the idol here. And so basically it is not made in front of you, it's just made in front of one stone or some mud. So it's not you. So it's okay, I can then break that promise. Then Lord Shiva goes to her in her dream and says, see, I am going to the tree and residing. You please tell Sundara to come under the tree and make the vow. Now he cannot go and tell her, obviously Sundara cannot go and tell Sangli, now we will not do it in the temple, we will not do it in the tree, we will do it in the temple. So he has to make the vow under the tree now, and where Lord Shiva is, and he promises her that he will not leave. They get married under the Magilam tree only, and he breaks his promise, he goes away. He becomes blind because Lord Shiva punishes him for having broken his promise. And then he comes here back, he sings this very beautiful song, Azhukkumai. Azhukkumai kodun Tiruvari Tiruvadiyallal. So he sings that. He says, I do not know what I have done actually, but you have removed my eyes. I don't understand. Why did you do this? So this scene of Sundarar's woe under the Magida Maram is recreated even till today, and it is recreated as what is called Magidadi Sevai. So when Sundarar goes, that is the image of Sundarar, that bronze statue is taken, it goes thrice on a pradakshina, that is on a circumambulation around the shrines of Sri Tyagaraja Swami and Vadivudai Amman, and vows not to leave Sangali Nachiyar or Tiruvuttriyur for the rest of his life. So obviously, to look at this Magadi Sevai only, hundreds of devotees come in the temple on Masi Magam to witness this festival. So such is the glory of this very beautiful temple. So if you have the time and if you have never gone here, please visit this temple and understand its immense greatness. Shankaram Siva Shankaram.